Are goats your favorite animal, or are they the devil in disguise? Let's talk about why I actually got rid of my goats. Hi, I'm Alana, and today we're going to talk about why I got rid of my goats. Now, I actually love goats. I think they are just amazing animals. By keeping them, we were able to have milk and cream and yogurt and cheese and all those wonderful dairy products. The milk was easier to digest than cow's milk. And obviously we got it raw, and I used it raw. You may not agree with that, but if you're going to have milk, I think that's probably the better way to drink it. Their manure is great for fertilizer. It's a cold manure, meaning it's not really high in nitrogen, so it won't kill your plants like chicken manure would if it's not aged. So goat manure you can put straight on the garden and it's good to go. I really love their personality. They are like friendly dogs, and they will come and greet you and they'll follow you around, if you've got a good relationship with them. They're just, personality-wise, they are so fun to be around. And they're actually very useful if you train them, and they can be trained. They can be trained to pull carts or carry supplies out in the bush. They're just really wonderful animals. Now, the cons obviously are they smell. There's something special about a goat smell. It lingers and it's a little different. They kill trees very easily because they are grazers. No, not grazers. They eat bush. What's that called? I can't remember. Anyway, they eat trees and bush. And so if you love your trees, then you have to protect your trees from your goats. And that brings up fencing issues. Of course, we all know goats are very hard to keep contained in fences because they will jump, they will climb, they will do all sorts of things. And one time, actually a couple times, they got out of our fence. And because the post was in a soft ground part of the ground where it was pretty moist and wet, and the post wasn't steady, and so they just put their feet on the fence and climbed right over it and pushed the fence post down and got out. Now, they were bad that way, but they went straight back to their pen that we hold them in overnight. So they were good in that way. But other times they had gotten out and they were kind of wandering. It didn't happen very often because our fence was pretty good, but it did happen occasionally. And then they're jumpers. They love to jump on things and they're so curious. They're like dogs, like I said. They're very curious. We had little babies, and we have a, what's it called? A root cellar, and it had a metal door on it. And some of the little babies were out as we were walking them from their pen for overnight into the pasture area. And these baby goats, they would jump onto the door of the root cellar that was metal, and they could hear their feet, the sound from that tic-tac on the metal door, and they loved that sound. They would just jump on it and scoot across it, and it's really cute to watch. But you also have to be aware that they will jump onto vehicles and do their tap dancing on vehicles because it sounds pretty cool, or they will jump onto sheds or whatever. They really are curious and lovely animals that way. And because they love their humans, they will come and live on your deck if you'd let them. And you would have goat manure all over your deck. Although it is very dry, so it's easy to sweep off generally. So, anyway, those are all the pros and cons from my viewpoint. But we did actually get rid of them because I was planning to go back to work or go back to school, and I just didn't feel like I had time to do it. There was also the issue of finances. Obviously, I was going to go back to work so that we could increase our money supply, but just paying for the hay for our winter, which can last, we would probably be feeding hay 8 months out of the year. and like exclusively 8 months of the year. And then it might be over the summer, if I had to keep some in, you know, if they got bloat or something, then I would have to feed them dry hay and make sure they weren't out on fresh grass. So it could be very expensive in our area. If you live out in the bush where there's lots of trees for them to eat and they can reach things year round, or even graze year round on grasses and forbs and whatever else, then you might be able to get away with it. But for us, it was just really expensive to pay for hay for basically 10 months out of the year. Because 8 months where you have to feed them pretty exclusively with hay, and then 2 months of intermittent, just in case. Plus the straw over the winter to keep them dry and all that stuff. So for us, it was just not going to work for us at this time. It might again in the future, I don't know. Like I said, I really did love them, but you have to have the time and the patience and the money to be able to do it in our circumstance. Maybe you have a completely different circumstance where it's easy to feed them year round, in which case, go for it. That you are so lucky. So I just wanted to kind of let you know that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to learn and grow, and it's okay to make decisions that'll fit you for your time and place. And maybe that means sticking with those goats, and maybe it means letting them go at this time. So I hope that helps you in your planning and thinking, and helping you make decisions about where to go in the future for you. So if you like this content, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and help a girl out, because those are all free things. They're easy to do, and they really do help this channel. They help me be able to produce more videos. So I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.